Hi, it's Corey here from Webb Gaming, and I'm here with Michael from M&J Games. How you doing, Michael?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Corey?
Great, thank you very much. Welcome everyone to episode 6 of Avery Forest. And as you can see, we have opened the park finally. Only
Mm-hmm.
6 episodes in, and we've opened the park.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I wonder what the favourite ride's going to be. What do you think, Michael?
Um, I would make a guess that it's going to be um, Jasmine's Mountain Climber, I think is what it's called, or I mean, your River Rapids was good, or the surprise attraction that was put in this past week. So that could be a good
I
option as well.
think I think that's probably top three, isn't it? I think you might be right, but we'll find out soon enough. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so this week has been quite eventful. Um, if we start with the first thing that I built in the park this week, so if we head over to Mountain Climber, the beautiful wooden roller coaster that was built last week by Jasmine.
Mm-hmm.
We
Here
will
we are.
see. I started to build. Now I say started because I haven't actually finished it completely. But I started to build a photo booth
Yeah, it looks
for the
amazing.
ride photos. Obviously, you can see I've built the shell. I've done some bits on the interior. Um, the TV screens on this are so they lack
Oh, for
options.
sure.
Um, and obviously, the only thing I could go with that was on there was the trees because mountain climber is a forest running, terrain hugging roller coaster. So that's the only sort of picture I could go with. So I do hope that one day in the future, Frontier bring in the option to upload your own pictures like they do on the PC.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because it would just make the realism side of things so much better. But that's obviously all I could go with in terms of the pictures. But obviously, got a few broken screens there as well. You know, as they do break.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I'm yet to finish this. I'm going to obviously continue to decorate the exterior of the building, and obviously put a few bits around it as well. Um,
So I'm just showing people right
obviously,
now what you use to make this. So
oh
this is
yeah, so yeah, these I just thought I'd make a few little cabinets. Obviously, this is where they would keep all their sort of keychains and you know the little pouch or the little case that they keep the photos in. Um, so yeah, I use the basic shapes to obviously make the shape of the cabinet, and then I think it's the TV. Is it the
TV wall mount.
I
Yeah,
forgot
right
what it's
here.
called. That's the one, the wall mount. I use the wall mount for
Or
the
screen wall
door
mount. Yeah.
handles. That's the one. Because they work really well, and I've seen quite a few people doing it that way as well. Um, and then I just placed in some animatronics to make it look like there's actually people working behind there.
Mm-hmm.
One's in the cupboard, one's on the, let's say, till, but on the computer over there, and one's ready to serve the next customer.
Yeah.
Um, so that's where I went with that. Um, if we move on to item number 2 of this
Yeah.
week,
And real
and
quick, Jasmine got to play on this a little bit yesterday, so she added in some trees and a little more foliage around here. And for item number 2, you want me to turn it to nighttime, right?
I do indeed. But before we go there, just on the subject of yesterday, we would like to apologise to everyone who was waiting for the upload yesterday. We did have a few technical difficulties when recording, so we had to push it back a day. So we do apologise. But we're here now, so don't worry. We'll be
And
back on
but
time
here
next week.
here's the main reason why we're having some technical difficulties at first. Look at that percentage. Remember last week it said 67%? Well, we both have upgraded to PS5s. So as you can see, the picture is beautiful. We have a lot more space, and we still have 47% to work with in this park. So that's amazing. So this,
We do indeed, and we'll give you an aerial shot of the park towards the end
mm-hmm.
once you've seen the rest of what's been built this week. But now, if we turn it to dark and we head down this lovely alleyway that was built last week,
Mm-hmm.
um, be careful. though, because some say that it is haunted down
Yeah.
here. So as you're walking down this very dark woods, which is yet to be um, lit, although I don't know if we should light it. It kind of looks good in the dark. But just walking down here, you come to this sort of opening, and then you've got this very creepy sort of shack
Abandoned house.
or like a cabin, wooden cabin, just in the middle of the forest.
Did you
And
custom
the
make that
inspiration
roof?
for this, I did, yes. That
Oh,
is
it's
all
fantastic.
custom built. The inspiration for this is just from watching horror movies, and there's always that film where there's a cabin in the woods that's haunted, and that's just where I got the idea from, really. Um, and that's just, I thought I'd light it up, but not too much that it can be seen from miles away, but enough that it's sort of eerie. And I don't know if you can hear it, but there is some sort of sound effects around the building itself to make it sound a bit creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you say,
looks good.
the roof. Thank you. As you say, the roof is fully custom. There's like different columns and planks of wood, and obviously the what do they call it, ivy or the green stuff? Let's call it the green stuff.
Haunted house wooden plank. Yeah.
That's the one. And yeah, and then obviously I've got some planks over the window as well. It's what you expect from a abandoned haunted cabin.
For sure.
Yeah,
as you can see, we still need to light up the
now.
area a little bit. Oh, my bad. Sorry. But yeah, it looks great. Looks super creepy and super cool. So,
yeah. So I'll put that in there next, and then we'll move on to the main attraction of this week. And now, obviously, last week we surprised you all with the fact that my M&J Games doesn't just stand for Michael, it's obviously Jasmine as well. And Jasmine took the park for a week, and as you can see, she built some excellent things in the park. Well, I'm not the only Webb that plays this game. My brother also plays this game, and he's great at creating, as you can see on the screen now. He took the park for a few days. I think he took it on Thursday or Friday, and he had it for about 2 or 3 days. He's done an excellent job of it, I think. I'm hoping you feel the same way, Michael. But
without a
and
doubt.
I hope all you viewers feel the same way as well, but we'll see. So he's built a Eurofighter. He loves building roller coasters. That's probably the main thing he does in this game, and he's really good at them. This area, if you remember, I left this sort of like a hillside. He's altered the terrain, he's done a lot of terraforming, and he's molded this coaster into the side of this mountain. And if you can, just pan around the bottom of the outside of the coaster. And
right here.
I just want to show everyone that from the outside, you really can't see what this coaster is about. If you're looking around at this coaster, you can't see what it is. All you can see is it's the top of the lift hill. And even if you go around the other side as well, even from the other side, you just can't see anything except a few little supports and a track. But you can't actually see what's there. And I love it about this coaster. It really adds to the mystery of what you're getting if you're on this coaster. I think all I would say is people going to this park would probably have to watch a POV on YouTube before they came.
Yeah. Well, I just love the fact that it goes down the mountain. I mean, that's just fantastic how he had it weaving in and out right here. Just really cool.
Yeah, that's brilliant. As I say, he's probably a lot better than me when it comes to terraforming and playing with the terrain. He's like Matty. He loves his water, so he loves making waterfalls and stuff. But yeah, this coaster I think is one of the best I've seen him make, to be honest.
It's really good.
As I say, he loves building coasters. He's built quite a few great coasters, but he's very shy, so he didn't want to join us here tonight. So we're showcasing it for him. But I'm very proud of the work that he's done. And obviously ecstatic that he's been able to participate in our club.
For sure.
What do you think? Should we take a ride?
Yeah, let's take a ride. Yeah, so guests aren't coming up here yet, just because it's so far away. So we're gonna we'll put it in test mode, just so that we can actually ride the ride. And let's pause it. So if you look at the stats look good. I mean, max speed 57, biggest drop. So biggest drop's under 100 feet, but all the numbers look good. It's got 4 inversions. It feels like it has more inversions, and I think you guys will see what I'm talking about. I mean, that's just so cool how it was kind of running down the side of the mountain. Just fantastic.
No, I like that. And when we come to the end, we'll take a look at when we're walking up the hill.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then that's the coaster. This just takes you back into the station. And you said, looking at it from
Yeah, so
point of
looking at
view.
it, as you're walking up this hill, from a guest point of view, if you're walking up this hill, that's my favourite shot of this whole coaster, because you just see it rolling down the hill.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and even like a lot of guests might not even be able to see it much, and you just all of a sudden see this coaster just come out of the trees. So I mean, that's just fantastic.
Exactly. That's my favourite part. Just the way it rolls around. But as I say, yeah, he's done a great job, I think. And what do you think? What's your thoughts?
Oh, I think it's fantastic. I think there's just a couple trees that we need to slightly move. But I mean, it's just cool how when we started this collab, we were kind of like, okay, what do we want this to be? And I was like, I had just gone to Silver Dollar City with Jasmine, and I was like, it'd be kind of cool to do like a forest type park. And you're like, okay, cool. And then we've all just kind of run with it, right? And then I told Jasmine what it was about, and she created, the mountain climber that you see right there. And then your brother did this, and it's like, I remember too when you're like, let's keep it below the tree line, and let's do this. And I mean, it's turned out better than I thought, So I'm really loving it. And I just love how this just hugs the ground the whole time, I feel like, and
I
hugs
love
the terrain.
depth of it.
Oh yeah,
I love the depth of it. There's so many different levels to this coaster. Like,
I love this real quick. Let's see if we can. I'm gonna fast forward for a second because I want to get video of what this looks like right here. So this looks fantastic when the cars are testing, because they're so quick after each other that they're basically passing through this area at the same time. So you've got that loop, and then it's going to come around, and you got those right there. I mean, just that, fantastic right there. And then this kind of, I feel like this is one of those drops that in real life would be, it would give you some hang time. It's just kind of like a false hill in a sense, or you know what I'm saying? Like it just doesn't look like it's going to be much, and then that's probably the biggest drop on the coaster, right there.
I think it is. Yeah.
So that's fantastic.
It's like I think there's a similar drop to that in Alton Towers. I think Nemesis. Because Nemesis starts off quite low as well, like this, and it sort of comes down as a corkscrew, and then it drops into a deeper drop just like that. And it makes it quite intense and really enjoyable. So yeah, but as I say, I like that, and he is really good at making coasters sort of interact with each other as well. I mean, it might be a little bit different once the guests start getting on it, because as you know, it gets a bit delayed, but I think he does aim when he's making coasters, he does aim to try and make them sort of interact a bit.
Yeah. And now I'm just showing the overview just so everybody can kind of see how the park's looking in terms of what all we've used, because I mean this is amazing that we've used 53%, and yet I mean we're definitely going to be able to fill up this entire map. And I mean we still got a lot of little details here and there to do, you know, kind of like putting some, you know, other more bushes and trees kind of around this little area just to kind of make it not look so green, right? Make it look more natural. You know, some stuff over here. You know, I'm going to kind of work on this area too. And then, so my thought was to have kind of a maintenance area here. And I created this kind of tunnel because I thought it'd be kind of cool to, which I didn't show you all this last week, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to have like a service tunnel for the employees essentially. Let me get into a better camera. There we go. And it would kind of just go through, and obviously I'd put lights, and since we got the extra percent, you know, maybe actually make it like an actual tunnel with like cement and stuff. But this would take them to like the other side of the park essentially, so you could have like the realism factor of the maintenance areas all being connected. So that was kind of a thought I had.
Well, it's definitely a possibility now that we're both on the PS5.
Oh,
it just gives us so much more freedom, so much more to play with.
Yeah. So let's see what the guests are going to. Oh, sorry,
thing,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry, yeah, I was just going to say, my favourite thing in this whole park has to be the different levels of terrain.
Oh, for sure.
I love the way some parts are up in the air, some parts are sort of down in the ground, you know, some parts are just sort of right there in the middle. I love all the different levels of terrain in this park.
Yeah. So chair swing's getting some good. Wow, look at this. The merry-go-round is almost filled up.
Gotta love the merry-go-round.
Yeah. Hey, everybody's loving. Oh my gosh, look at this coaster. Wow.
It's almost full as well.
Maybe I should have made a longer queue. Yeah, almost full, and I mean obviously we need to put benches and different stuff around the park. Yeah, nobody's riding this yet because there's nothing to it. Oh, that's funny. So mountain climber, you know, it's one. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's full. I was thinking that most people would not have gone back here yet, just because I feel like they kind of go to the rides at the front of the park, you know. So let's see how your wonderful log flume's doing, or not log flume, River Rapids. Okay, it's got some good traffic. Starting to line up there. Yeah, I think too, like this was such a long queue, which is great that, you know, like think about how long you'd be waiting if this was the queue in real life, right?
Yeah, that was when I was making this ride. That's what I had in my head. I was thinking to myself, because I mean some rides, some queues are quite short, especially in this game. I was thinking to myself, from a sort of nerd chacho sort of perspective, I was thinking about the realism, and obviously if it was a busy day and a hot day, then the queue's likely to be a lot longer. And that's where my mindset was when I was building that ride.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and two, like your brother, I didn't even mention this. All the custom fencing that he did right here looks nice. You know, just and then around this area, and I know you said that hadn't done much in here yet in terms of the queue, but I do like how it goes underneath kind of the station. So that definitely looks nice. Yeah. And then what pieces did he use here for this? Oh, that's not haunted house wall. I wouldn't even have thought of that, because it's almost like it looks like a shiny wood. So I was like, what in the world is that? But it looks awesome. So, oh, oops. I don't know where, there we are. You know, sometimes that happens and it's like, what in the world? Yeah.
It looks good though. With the haunted house pieces, it almost looks like a sort of crust, sort of like a cracked brick kind of thing.
Yeah, Forest Frenzy. I like it. Yeah.
He named that himself, by the way. Just putting that out there. He named that himself.
Hey, I like it. I'm terrible at naming names, so I don't even think I've named. I don't think I've named the single rail coaster I've made yet. Because Jasmine, I guess last week was asking the name, and I was like, oh, I can't remember. And then it's like I clicked on it and I hadn't actually named it yet. So.
We hadn't actually. I tell you what. Why don't we ask the viewers to name that coaster?
Yeah. Also, we'd love to get your input because I'll be honest, I'm trying to think about what to do kind of in this larger area right here, um, and to kind of have it outline and border. So, does anybody have an idea that you think would be cool and kind of add to the ride? Like, should I put kind of rocks and stuff in there, or just an idea like that? Because I'm kind of a little stumped on that right now in terms of like how I fully want this to look. Um, but yeah, so we'll start wrapping up this episode so that it's not too long, but I'm excited to get some more stuff done this week, and I think Jasmine's going to kind of work on this area a little bit more, and I'm going to try to get this area more complete because I definitely need to finish the transfer track here, and just really, really excited. So,
Excellent. Well,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, thank you to everyone watching. As always, we appreciate all your support. Again, if you've got any suggestions, or if you have any name suggestions for that roller coaster, then please do let us know. All your feedback is taken in, and we listen and try and do what we can. Yeah, and just again, thanks everyone, and thanks Michael as well.
of course. Well, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this. I don't know if you told us this last time, but I love the added smoke on there. Really great touch. So, yeah, I mean that adds a lot to the realism. But all right, guys, we really appreciate y'all watching, and thank you so much, Corey, for having me on this week. And I can't wait to show you guys what I'm able to complete for this next week.